You fix that. There we go. That looks halfway decent. Hey everyone, welcome to the National Banana Bread Day edition of our CPA News Update. Bill Sheridan here with the Maryland Association of CPAs and the Business Learning Institute. Here's what's happening around the profession today. That's Tuesday, February 23rd, 2016. First up, convergence projects aimed at bringing together U.S. accounting standards with those used in more than 100 countries around the world have largely failed to advance in recent years, but that may be changing. The Securities and Exchange Commission aims to make it easier for public companies with operations abroad to report pertinent financial information, beef up disclosure requirements, and clear the way for progress toward a single global financial reporting standard. That's according to the Wall Street Journal. SEC Chairwoman Mary Jo White described her agency's goals for 2016 at an annual conference last week in Washington. You can read more about that on the journal's CFO Journal blog. The AICPA's Accounting and Review Services Committee has issued an interpretation on reviews of financial statements. Here's what it says. AR-C Section 90, titled Review of Financial Statements, requires that the written review report include a statement that the accountant's responsibility is to conduct the review engagement in accordance with the AICPA's Statements on Standards for Accounting and Review Services. The new interpretation states that a practitioner can also indicate that the review is conducted in accordance with another set of review standards, such as International Standard on Review Engagements 2400, provided that the review was conducted in accordance with both sets of standards in their entirety. Get further details on that at accountingtoday.com. The IRS increased examinations of business tax returns last year, even as the agency collected nearly $3 billion less in revenue through its overall enforcement activities. Enforcement revenue totaled $54.2 billion in fiscal 2015, compared with $57.15 billion the previous year. That's according to numbers released Monday. During the same period, the agency's number of revenue officers and agents dropped by nearly 7% to 17,208. You can read more about that at the Baltimore Business Journal's website. Chief audit executives are not so confident about the accuracy of the data their companies rely on to make decisions. A survey by the Institute of Internal Auditors found that less than 1 out of 3 audit chiefs are confident about the strategic decisions they make based on data analytics. Read more at accountingtoday.com. As economists size up the chances of the first nationwide economic slump since 2009, pockets of the country are already contracting. 4 states, Alaska, North Dakota, West Virginia, and Wyoming, are already in a recession, and 3 others, Louisiana, New Mexico, and Oklahoma, are at risk of prolonged declines. That's according to Moody's Analytics. The regions suffering the most are in the flop stage of the energy industry's boom to bust cycle. Also hurting are manufacturing dependent areas that have been hurt by the rising dollar. You can read more about that at Bloomberg.com. Xero is teaming up with Google to make it even easier for businesses to stay on top of their customer relationships. That they're integrating with Google's Gmail platform and Google Apps for Work. This means small business owners are now able to view email exchanges with customers and suppliers without leaving Xero. They also can export content to Google Docs and Google Sheets, use Hangouts to collaborate with advisors, and build smart lists for sales and marketing campaigns, just to name a few functions. You can get further details by reading the article at medium.com. That article is titled Rewiring the Economy, How Businesses Big and Small Are Finally Connecting. A recent Deloitte survey found that 2/3 of millennials across the globe plan to leave their current organization by 2020, and 1/4 plan to change companies within the next year. One reason is that millennials don't see enough opportunities for leadership development at their current jobs, but there's a second reason that's considerably harder to fix. The problem is what Deloitte calls the purpose gap. It refers to the difference between what millennials want out of business and what businesses offer them. According to the survey, 87% of millennials believe that the success of a business should be measured in terms of more than just its financial performance and should include things like improving the skills, income, and satisfaction levels of employees, creating jobs, and providing goods and services that make a positive difference in people's lives. Read more about that at businessinsider.com. Finally, mark your calendar for May 13th. That's the date for this year's MACPA Business and Industry Conference, and you won't want to miss this one, folks. The keynote this year is called The Business of Creative, and it will be given by Mark Greenberg. He's the Vice President of Finance and Strategy at Pixar. Should be a good one. Get details and register at macpa.org. That's it for today. Have a great evening. I will see you all tomorrow. Take care.